brain is lazy. It sees something for an X amount of time. And then also when we're operating from a hurt place, it's the best thing to tell ourselves that this is just how it is, rather than asking ourselves, what's going on with me? If there's something wrong with them, then that means I don't have to do any work. There's nothing wrong with me. I didn't do that. They did that. Instead of looking at, where was I at when I attracted them? How did I feel about myself? What's going on with me? How can I break my own emotional and energetic patterns so I stop attracting these type of people? And like I've said before, it's not just in the dating world. The pattern that you have carries over everywhere else. So if you are not attracting healthy romantic relationships, you're most likely not attracting very healthy friends either. And you most likely don't have very, very good and deep relationships with the people in your life. There's something that can be worked on there too, okay? So now we're gonna dive in and talk about you, the person who does attract, the person who ghosts. Michelle said, this sounds exactly like a guy I know. I'm no longer in touch with him because of the chaotic friendship we had. I was spending my time trying to help him through his challenges instead of facing my own. Exactly, it's so common. So that takes me to the flip side of it. If you're the one who attracts a ghost, then you are the person, like Michelle was just sharing, a person who wants to fix, help, save someone else. Because why? You have an anxious attachment style. You most likely have an anxious attachment style, and you have the mother wound, mommy issues, to make it even simpler. So you grew up walking on eggshells. You grew up being the emotional caretaker. You made sure everybody else was good. Like you came last. You came last. So because there was so much chaos, you didn't want to add to it. You were kind of like in the fawn response of the trauma responses. It was like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? How can I ensure not to add to this chaos already? How can I make sure that my alcoholic mom or dad, or my abusive mom or dad, or my sad mom or dad, how do I make sure that I don't intensify that? How do I suppress myself as much as possible so I don't make things worse? And maybe if I make sure that everybody else is happy, maybe then I'll get some attention. Maybe then I'll get some validation. Maybe then I'll get some approval. Maybe then I'll get some praise. Maybe then I'll get some love. And I always say this doesn't have to be conscious. This happens on a subconscious level many times. We don't know that we're doing this. So if this was the way you grew up, then you have an underlying feeling of, I am not good enough. I'm not worthy enough. I don't deserve too much. I'm here to please. I'm here to save. I'm here to help. I'm here to fix. I'm here for other people. But deep down, you want it too. So many times this person actually becomes very manipulative. This is also the person who turns into the empath. So it's like, I'll do all these things for you, but I want something in return. I'm not going to say it, and I don't even think it. A lot of it is subconscious. You're not even aware of it. But eventually you're like, what the heck? This is why this type often gets very, very angry and holds on to a lot of resentment when they attract emotionally unavailable people, when they attract ghosts, when they attract narcissists. Because deep down, they want something. You want something. You do something and you want something in return, and you don't want to admit it because you're so used to doing for other people. This is what you were, programmed to do. This is what you taught yourself to do. Or maybe you saw your mom doing this. So you're like, okay, this is how I have to be as a woman. I have to suppress myself. So this happens, and then because you don't feel good enough about yourself, and because you're seeking for something external, which you did when you were a little girl growing up, you attract this type. You become a perfect match to this person. Because why? They need some type of rescue, and you're there to rescue. They're not emotional enough. You're emotional. You can feel and read emotions, so you become a good match. They are exciting to you because they don't seem like they care too much. So it's like, how can I buy their love? Or how can I maybe be a little bit more like them, care a little less? And they are attracted to you because you're more in tune with the emotional end of the spectrum. They like getting that attention. That's what they didn't get before. But at the same time, they're afraid. But for you, it's like, let me cling on. Let me make sure that they don't leave me. Let me make sure that they appreciate me. Let me do. I think I've shared this before. I don't remember when. But when I was in college, there were always girls who would do all kinds of stuff for the guys. Like, they would drive them around everywhere, buy them food, buy them candy, take them to games, take them out. It was always like the girl was doing everything for the guy. I'm not saying it's not the opposite too, but obviously I'm speaking to women. And I was always curious about that, even when I was younger. So it's like my first year in college, I was 19 years old. I'm like, why is she doing all that? And today, to be able to look at that and be like, oh, wow, all right, I do this today. It's clear what was going on. It's clear what was going on. And no matter how much she did or they did, because I saw it in several occasions, it was never enough. And the person would still be disrespectful to them. The person would still break up with them. The person would never reciprocate it. So we may think oftentimes that we do something unconditionally, but when you're operating from a wounded place, you're not.